Okay, in pursuit of excellence.
Hatchingtide is upon us once more. I hope the season finds you an excellent fettle.
What's fettle?
For my part, Zordia, it is an absolute pleasure to see you again.
Good to see you.
While I have your attention, allow me to expound upon the nature of this year's festivities. Hatchingtide has its origins in the days before the 7th Umbral Calamity, when 12 sages of an era past appeared before me in a startling vision. I have been visited by such dreams ever since, and this year was no exception. I saw a great mass of eggs, as vivid as those before you now, borne aloft unto the heavens.
That's kind of weird. So the eggs were sort of ascending into the heavens?
Making dreams manifest has never failed to lend wonder to Hatchingtide before, so needless to say, I intend to bring my latest version to life. Speaking of which, the eggs I commissioned ought to arrive any moment now. Bop, bop. Oh, Jill, it's a disaster! The cart toppled over en route. Thankfully, the driver was unscathed, but I can't say the same for the eggs.
Are they all smashed?
Good heavens! I'm glad to hear the poor driver was unharmed. But without the eggs, how are we to breathe life into my dream? Don't worry, I'll simply fashion some more eggs myself.
Wait, how are you making eggs? Are you laying eggs, Nonota?
Though to create the quantity required will take time, and we're already facing at least a minor delay at this point. If only I could assign someone to help you. Alas, the other dreamers are busy enough as it is. And I must see to the schedule alterations myself. But wait, Zordia, perhaps you'd be willing to lend a hand? Zordia, how wonderful to see you again! Knowing what an exemplary assistant you are gives me a cause for hope. If you're happy to help, that is. Thank you. The first order of business will be procuring more of the necessary egg supplies from the merchant. Our supplier should be in the market. He's a burly fellow, so he won't be difficult to spot. We can only hope he has enough stock. Da-da-da-da. There's our man.
Burly merchant.
Ah, you're the dreamer who was here before, ain't ye? A right old mess, to be sure. Afraid I'm all out of supplies you need, though. Oh, is there really nothing you can do for us? Well, I do have some tatty old odds and ends, surplus wares that might be of use. If you want 'em, they're all yours. Might not be exactly what you needed, but I'm sure you can cobble something together with these. The storage fees were eaten into me, I'd rather see 'em put to good use. When I ordered the initial batch of supplies, I remember thinking what a kind fellow he was. He certainly proved me right. Any road, we'd better take stock of what he's given us. Let's see. This leather looks durable. We have some metal springs and rings that could do for a mechanism of some sort, and these lengths of timber could be cut down to a more portable size. I think these herbs and resins are used to concoct water-repellent alchemical solutions. Never tried it myself, but there's a first time for everything. Besides that, there are plenty of bits and bobs. We should have no trouble when it comes to decoration. Unfortunately, we won't be able to recreate the eggs Jahil saw in her dream with these. We could make something far easier to get off the ground, though. Parasols. The trick will be making them look eggy enough.
Oh, do we get a parasol? Any rounded object looks like an egg from far enough away. It's science. The shell makes the egg, as they say. Do they say that? Any road, we should paint them. What is this? Any rounded object looks like an egg from far enough away. It's science.
I see. We can mimic the shape of an egg with the canopy and add some seasonal appropriate patterns to the outer shell. I can picture it now. Parasols are a sight more fiddly than your standard egg, though. With just the two of us, production will take far too long. So we'll need to enlist further help, just as I did with you. Fortunately, the guild artisans should be less likely to balk at a request for parasol parts than a rush order of myriad eggs, particularly if we supply the materials. Let us first pay a visit to the Leatherworks Guild. I'm sure they'll be able to transform our leather into something fit for a canopy. I've explained the situation to Geva, and she seems inclined to sympathy. If we keep our manners about us, we should manage to secure the guild's assistance.
Hey, Geva.
Ah, if it isn't Zorgia, you must be the adventurer assistant Nanota spoke of. She was just informing me of your plight. Many of our apprentices are looking forward to the Hatchingtide celebrations. You shall have the guild's aid, although I'm afraid we lack some of the resources needed to work your leather into parasol canopies. The material is water-resistant to a degree, but nevertheless porous. Untreated, it will degrade over time and begin to rot, but our stock of coating is perilously low at the moment. If it's a water repellent you're after, say no more. We just so happen to have the necessary ingredients, so I can see to its preparation. In the meantime, would you take this timber over to the Carpenters Guild and request that they craft the parasol frame? We can meet up by the Black Rabbit Trader's stall anon.
Why do you stand there like a frightened schoolchild? If you need something, speak. Here's some assorted timber. Parasol frames, a task not beyond your own skill, no doubt. Would the imminence of the holiday not force you to compromise their quality, you have done well to seek aid, Zordia, and you shall have it. The younglings in the acorn orchard await the festivities. For their sake, no effort will be spared in the parasol's preparation. We shall commence work right away. Let your associates know that the Carpenters Guild has the matter in hand. Thanks, Beaton.
I trust everything went well at the Carpenters Guild. I've just placed an order for the alchemical solution and a few other things besides. The next step will be to piece all the parts together into a prototype parasol. I'll bring the prototype over to Jilly, once I've finished, so you can go ahead and wait with her. Welcome back, Zordia. You'll be pleased to hear that I've adjusted the schedule to accommodate our little mishap, and all is set to proceed. How fare the eggs? Substituting parasols for eggs? What a wonderful idea! I can hardly wait to see what Nanota cooks up for the prototype. Though, wait we must.
Exceeding expectation. I expected them to do expectations as well. I'm a little disappointed.
Nanota will surely be along any time now. Sorry to keep you both waiting. Allow me to present to you with the very first Archon Egg Parasol.
I want to see it. Archon Egg Parasol. Let's go. Oh, it's cute! Wait, that's really pretty. If only we could dye it, but that's really pretty.
What a fine example of ingenuity! It's magnificent! I'm so glad you approve. With your blessing, I'll begin producing more to distribute.
Looks like Faberage? Wait, what's Faberage?
In the meantime, we'll find ourselves at a loose end. But we cannot let Nanota outstrip us in Hatchingtide spirit. There must be more we could do.
Let's show off your parasol to the townsfolk. Perhaps we can drum up a crowd with the promise of gifts. The gifts are the parasol. It would be gift. Pure, like.
But of course, we ought to promote our newest addition to the festivities. If we tell even a few Gridanians that these gorgeous accoutrements will be available to those who celebrate with us, word will spread of its own accord.
Faberge. Like the eggs, the famous ones, the jeweled ones. I don't know what those are. They're famous?
With that in mind, I shall keep mine unfurled and on display. You use your adventurer's instincts to identify those most in need of egg-themed accessories. The market is always busy. Let us look for potential celebrants there.
Oh, she's gonna come with me. Okay, let's go. I'm like, but this is Gridania. There's no way they would come with me. I can teleport, can't I?
When I think back to the very first Hatchingtide, it's a marvel just how popular the occasion has become. I have so many people to thank for their efforts, yourself included. We dreamers are responsible for all the decorations you see throughout the city. Take that basket over there, for instance. I came up with the idea, and Nota worked her magic to create the final product.
Basket where? Oh. I say, madam, you must tell me where I might acquire a resplendent parasol, like unto your own.
At our Hatchingtide event, of course. How about it? Would you join us at the amphitheater?
I'd be delighted, and as a true connoisseur of eggs both decorative and edible, I attend annually in hopes of glimpsing ovoid perfection, and this parasol surpasses my every imagining. Such elegance, such egginess.
Why, that parasol is an absolute delight. It's not often you see that level of craftsmanship paired with such decorative flair. This might be the finest egg-inspired apparel I've ever seen. Might I ask who was responsible for this masterpiece? The Leatherworks Guild and the Carpenters Guild, Black Rabbit's Traders, and our Dreamers all have their parts to play. And if you join us in celebrating Hatchingtide, you can receive one just like it.
Oh, I should have known that the Guild's artisans were involved. If it means getting my hands on a parasol, I'd be more than happy to take part in the festivities.
Heavens above! Is that adorable parasol fashioned after an Archon egg? Exquisite, isn't it? If you join us at the amphitheater, you will receive one just like it. For years I have searched for a parasol as darling as an egg, getting sunburned and soaked by turns, and you offer me one free of charge. It's a Hatchingtide miracle! I expect those three will tell all and sundry about our parasols. Our work here is done. Well, that went rather swimmingly. You clearly have an eye for egg connoisseurs. I shall go and see how many attendees are gathered at the amphitheater. Feel free to join us when you have a moment. The folks you gathered certainly are enthusiastic about showing off their parasols. Fortunately, no one's yet lost an eye. Look, Zordia, isn't the sight of those parasols simply marvelous?
Oh, I can't wait to get one.
Eggs held aloft, just as in my dream. Hooray, we did it, Jilly! We certainly did. Shall we officially declare this Hatchingtide a success?
Hold that thought. You've yet to see the half of it. There's more?
My center. I'm not quite sure I follow.
Quite a few of my customers asked about your parasols. More than can comfortably gather here, in fact. Nevertheless, I took the liberty of handing out stock to those who came inquiring. With how many left my stall with a smile on their face and a parasol in hand, the whole city is awash in floating eggs.
That's incredible! To think the parasols are bringing joy even beyond our celebration. Wait, Jilly. They're one and the same, aren't they? The celebration has spread across the city, borne by a great mass of floating eggs. You're right! I was intent on gathering people here, but the eggs in my dream were far too numerous to contain in one place. They were always meant to be seen far and wide. That our original plan met with misfortune was a blessing in disguise, for we've touched the hearts of more people than I dared to imagine. There's no doubt in my mind this will go down as a Hatchingtide to remember. Black Rabbit traders shall continue distributing parasols to those who ask. They may be free of charge, but they're drawing business in spades. The Nota told me how to assemble them, so I can prepare as many as necessary. Truly, where would we be without your ingenuity, Nota? I couldn't have done it without our able adventurer. Oh, that reminds me. I have something for you, Zordia.
Give me the parasol.
Gimme. That is the very second parasol I ever made. After Jilly's, of course. I thought it fitting that you receive it. With eggs aloft across the city, all that's left is to enjoy the festivities. Your work may have finished, Zordia, but Hatchingtide most certainly hasn't.
Yay! I agree with Books, but Books, you are also cool. Problem parasols. Oh, that's dumb. I love it. Yay! I really like this parasol, honestly. Fashion accessories. It's pretty. I like it.
Tomorrow